Hi everyone, welcome to chapter 2.5 lesson. We are almost done chapter 2, and this is at the end of each chapter from now on. You'll be learning how to complete accounting using Excel. We want to make sure that when you finish this course in grade 11 that you have a good understanding of how to use spreadsheets in order to do accounting procedures. Excel is created by Microsoft Office, and it is the one spreadsheet software that is used by almost all businesses and especially accounting firms. And this spreadsheet software is really powerful. So for those of you who were smart and took BTT in grade 9, you probably have seen Excel already and are probably pretty comfortable, but it may have been 2 years since you've seen Excel. But don't worry, for those of you that did not have an opportunity to take grade 9 business, we're going to teach you the basics of Excel in this course. So for some of you, you'll be able to work through these assignments fairly quickly, and for some of you, this is a great opportunity to learn an important spreadsheet software and to be able to put this skill on your resume, because it's a really important skill that a lot of businesses require their employees to have. So what is a spreadsheet? Well, a spreadsheet looks like this. It is a group of columns and rows. And so I'm going to try to draw on here. So this here, column A, so that's a column, okay? And then here we've got rows, 3, 4, 5. These are called rows. And so the rows and columns intersect, and when they intersect, this is called a cell. So here is B. This is cell B6. Okay, so it is column B, row 6, and so we label that B6. Now, here in Excel, this is called our formula bar. This is where you're going to see whatever is written or whatever's been put into the cell, you're going to see that information here. So sometimes it'll be a formula, sometimes it'll be words, and sometimes it'll just be values. This little white plus sign is called the cell pointer. So this is where your cursor is inside the Excel spreadsheet. And then finally, whatever is highlighted, so whatever cell has this highlight over it, means that that's the active cell. So if you were to start typing, whatever you're typing is going to show up in this active cell. Now at the bottom here, you're going to see tabs. These are sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. These are called worksheets, and the bottom is called tabs. So when you want a new blank worksheet in the same file, you can just click on the tab. So in accounting, you might have one sheet that is your balance sheet, and then the next sheet is the other financial statement that you're going to learn about. Maybe it's an income statement. So that is the basics of Excel. We're going to look at a balance sheet using Excel. So here is a balance sheet. So here are some labels. So anytime words are written in, so really labels is a fancy word for words. So when we type words into a cell, so in C1, we've typed in Amy Beck, and in C2, we've typed in balance sheet, and in C3, we've typed in November 30th. Those are all called labels. Labels can't be used to calculate anything. They are just that, labels. And so Excel doesn't really recognize them when you're doing formulas. It's only figures or numbers that they recognize. So we've got our assets in our A column, and we've listed our assets, and these are Amy's personal assets. So this is her personal balance sheet. And then we've got her liabilities, and then her capital or net worth. Okay, so what you're going to do when you come to class tomorrow, you're actually going to create November 30th balance sheet for Amy Beck in Excel, and you're going to put your information in exactly the same cells that you can see here. So make sure you have your notes with you tomorrow when you come to class. Once you're done putting in the labels, you're then going to start to add the values. Values are just a fancy word for numbers. So you're going to put whatever each item is worth, in this case cash, is worth 1,400, you're going to put your cursor in this cell, C6, and you're going to type in 1400. Now I want you to notice something here. Notice how in the cell, words are what we call left aligned, meaning they are at the left-hand side of the cell, and the figures are right aligned. And that's always going to be the case unless you tell Excel to do differently. So you can click on any, oops, I didn't do that very well, any of these buttons and it will move the content of that cell to whatever it is you're telling it, whether it's left aligned, right aligned, or centered. So you're going to type in all of these figures. So she's got all her asset values here and her liability values are in column F. Once we've got all the figures put in, you're then going to use formulas to calculate. So I'm going to turn me off so that you can see these formulas. And I'm going to just move that camera. Okay, so now that we've got all our values in for our assets, we want to add up those assets. So we're going to put our cursor here in C15. So we're going to put our cursor in C15. And then you're going to type this equation. So you're going to type in equals SUM, sum, bracket, C6, which is this figure here, C6. Okay, all the way, so colon to C13. So you're telling Excel you want to add this column of figures. And when you hit enter, it will then show that value. So it will show the total assets, not the formula. In F8, okay, so this is F8, you're going to ask it to add up the two values of liabilities. So you can say equals F6 plus F7. And then when you're done that, you then want to calculate capital. And we know that capital is assets minus liabilities equals our owner's equity. So what we're going to put in this cell is we're going to say equals C15, which is down here, minus F8, and that's going to give us our capital balance. And then finally, we want to have total liabilities and owner's equity, so we're going to say equals F8 plus F11. So that is the basics of Excel. So when you come to class tomorrow, you're going to create this based on this spreadsheet. Once you're done this spreadsheet, I want you to save this spreadsheet as, so you're going to go up at the top here in Excel, and you're going to click on this Save button, and you're going to say Save, Save As. And when you get to Save As, you're going to save it into your M drive. And I'd like you to create a folder in your M drive called Accounting, or whatever you want, Accounting or BAF, whatever you want, Accounting. And then you're going to save this as your name, so whatever your name is, so name, chapter 2, balance sheet. And you're going to save that. And then you're going to make changes to this. So when you complete exercise 1 and 2 in the end of 2.5, you're going to then make some changes and do some formatting on this balance sheet to make it look like a really good, proper balance sheet. So thank you for watching. Look at that, I'm under 9 minutes tonight. And so enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.